Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm so happy because I have a whole new setup with beautiful bright lights. I added a ring light to my little collection, and I have a new HD super expensive camera that is hopefully going to give me better quality stuff. And it has a viewfinder, so I can actually see myself filming, which is very ideal because I never had that before on other cameras I've used. And it's been a real issue making sure, like, I'm, like, you know, in actual film, because, like, I'll be, like, leaning down and, like, doing makeup and I'll be out of the picture, or, like, the screen will be, like, tilted slightly because it's, like, not pointed in the right direction. And it's really hard to edit, knowing you're watching a fuck up. I think I got that a little more figured out. I'm gonna try to be less of a mess in general because I just feel like I am, and it's scaring everyone away. They're just like, who is this crazy fucking bitch? Doing makeup's not enough anymore though. You have to have personality, right? Be an individual. The field is super saturated with all kinds of people, and you gotta stand out. Okay, so why are we here? Why are we here? Today we're going to do a video that this is actually a little present from my friend AMINA. Hi, I know you're watching. I gave her a Real Techniques blending sponge for my birthday, and for her birthday, and I was gonna show her how to use it. And I was at her house, we were chilling, we were cooking, we cooked a whole bunch of food, made a whole bunch of desserts, because that's how we do, me and her and a bunch of our other friends. And I didn't get a chance to do it because we got really lazy because we were tired, so I thought I'd make a video. And I figured, at first it was going to be like a personal video just for her, but I figured since I'm gonna like go through the trouble to like make a video anyway, why not just make the video and just put it on my channel. So this is going to be a how to use a beauty sponge one-on-one. Very simple, very straightforward. It shouldn't take long, but I'm probably gonna find a way to make it long. I'm gonna be really detailed. Let's just get started. Why am I rambling? First thing you're gonna need is a sponge. The ones I really like, they're all gonna be really dirty. I'm sorry. It's just who I am as a person. I thought I'd clean it to be all fake and cute and professional, but why should I hide the truth from you guys? If you're gonna be here in the long haul, I think you deserve to know the truth. You're worth that much, okay? This is the Real Techniques sponge. This is the one I gave her. This is like $10. You can get it at most drugstores. At this point, I've seen it. It used to be like only in Ulta, but I've seen it pop up recently in a lot more drugstores, which is really great because they're a really great affordable brush and makeup tools line. And the Pixie Woo girls created it, and they're on YouTube, and they're the most fabulous ladies ever. They're like professional makeup artists. They do such simple videos usually, but like they're just so mesmerizing to watch because they're just so lovely, and their makeup is out of fleek. So, and then I also have this one. This is from the brand Mikasa Beauty, which I am an affiliate with. I'll leave my code down below if you're interested in purchasing anything. This is a really great dupe for the traditional beauty blender, which I'm going to show in a minute. Probably should have shown that first because it was the first one to like ever exist in the beauty sponge world, or the first big one that got the whole beauty sponge thing started. This is also $10, maybe $11. I round down, so $10. It's really soft, very spongy. This one's a little bit firmer, so you're gonna feel a little more on your face when you blend. It's not a bad thing. It might make makeup, I think it'll absorb a little less product, so it will keep the coverage more on, but sometimes with the sponge, you want to have product absorbed because you want to like get rid of cakiness that sometimes you get. You know, you put on a lot of foundation and it just looks really heavy and cakey and it looks like you have makeup on and you just don't want that. Going it in with a sponge or just applying it with a sponge to begin with really helps get rid of that. So there's this, and this is pretty much the same as the original Beauty Blender, which is so dirty, you guys. Guys, this is originally pink and white. Look at that. I'm gonna leave a picture of the original color of this on the screen, so you can see like what color it was before. Like, it's disgusting. I need to get it together, but we're all, I think we've all been there. Nobody washed, no normal person, even if they're a makeup artist, I mean if they're a makeup artist working on other people, then I'm sure they'd wash their tools a good amount to be sanitary, of course, but if you're not, which I'm not so much, I just get like clients here and there, nothing huge. I never wash my shit. So I'm not even gonna like pretend that I'm all like super sanitary and, you know, super posh and super, just when I'm not, because I want to keep it real, because that's all I have left. I'm going to try to be funny, because that's all I have left. The original beauty blender is $20. This is like the one that started the whole craze. You can get this at Sephora. You can get this in other places besides Sephora by now. Because this is for my friend Amina, I'm going to use the one that I actually gave her, which is the one right here. And I gave her a new one. I didn't give her a nasty ass one like this. This is what it's going to look like though after like 3 uses. So prepare yourself and look into the fucking camera so you're not look like some cross-eyed ass bitch. Okay, so the first thing you always want to do with the sponge is it has to be wet. Always. Like, you're going to want to run it under water a couple times and squeeze it out. Personally, I don't do that. What I actually do, because I don't like having to run to the bathroom every time, I keep a spray bottle of water. This is like an old Graftobian makeup setting spray that I used up. It has water in it right now. I hold it really, let me just not do that, like pointing to my $600 camera. Thank you. Let's do it this way. And I should not have a $600 camera. I'm like the most careless person ever. Oh my god. I'm treating this thing like it's my child. You don't understand. Like, I never leave it out. I'll like take it, I'll put the like, you know, little lens case on it, I'll flip the screen back, make sure it's facing into the camera, not out of the camera, which is what you probably should do, but because apparently that's a big deal for me. But anyway, if you do this, make sure it's evenly sprayed around. Just want to get it really soaking wet, and it's gonna like double in size and all that. And let me also zoom you guys in. See my lovely face that has probably still eyeshadow on from the other day. So it is sort of doubled in size almost. It's very squishy now. This is the dampness you want. You don't want it to have too much water. Like, you definitely want to squeeze it out till no more water comes out. Because I sprayed, it doesn't have like too much water, but if you're going to run it under water, which you're probably going to do, then you definitely want to squeeze it out until it's not running. Now you're going to take a foundation. Any foundation you want. I would maybe not recommend using something that's too sheer with a sponge and that's really watery, because they absorb water, and also they will shear down any foundation you apply. Like, it's always going to be more sheer with a beauty sponge than it will be with a brush or your fingers or like one of those like throwaway sponges. It's meant to eliminate cakiness in makeup. I'm gonna use my Fenty Beauty foundation, because why not? And I'm gonna show you 2 different sides of my face, 2 different ways. Well, there are 3 different ways. So I'll show you one way on my forehead, one on this side, one on this side. So the first way you do is you take foundation on your hand. But because I'm trying to be super sanitary, you take your little makeup tray that you totally have and just take 2 pumps of foundation and put it in. You could also just like drip it on your face. Some people do that. I tend to miss because I just fail at life, so I don't do that. So you can just like dot it on your face. This is probably going to give you a less coverage look, and you just pat it in. Now, there are 2 motions you can do. This is called stippling, where you pat it in. And you could put it on your face first. That's going to give you a little bit less coverage. A little bit more. And buff, buff, buff it in. You can see it's not giving, like, you definitely see like my spots peeking through. Like, at this point I would definitely go in with concealer and conceal more, but you can see like my skin tone is definitely more even. Another thing you can do is take your foundation and dip it straight into the sponge and stipple it on. This is going to give you more coverage, you can see, because it's just packing it right on into one spot. This is what you do when you want like the absolute fullest coverage. You can see the difference. I'll just go ahead and do that up here too so it matches. So you can see the difference for sure. And then there's a third way. I'll put a little more foundation on my little thingy here. You can also like rub it in. This is going to make it more sheer. You do like a rubbing motion like this. This is gonna like really spread it around as opposed to stippling. We're really just putting it in one spot. If that makes any sense. This is gonna give you a more sheer look. You can see. Wait, how long does this record? First time I'm using this camera, so I don't know. I need a primer go. I'm gonna take this off and put it on. Just got so excited to film that I forgot my primer. Foundation, I find, doesn't look as good until you set it with powder, which we're gonna get to in a minute. So I'm basically giving you like a foundation routine. Now, your skin might be beautiful and perfect and ethereal, like an edited Instagram blogger. So you might not need a concealer, but I sure as hell do because I have spots here. And again, Beauty Blender shears things out, so even the fullest coverage concealer is probably not going to work. I'm trying to keep my vain ass from fucking staring at myself and that screen over there and staring at the camera, so I don't look like I'm like looking into the distance, not paying any attention, and I'm actually like talking to you guys. Strugs. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna take a concealer now. Let's just use Tarte Shape Tape because it's life. Guys, excited about the Tarte Shape Tape foundation? I know I am. I will be coming out with a review on that pretty much as soon as it comes in the mail. So, get hype. So I'm just gonna add a little more coverage. I put a lot of concealer. When you use a sponge and you want to put a little more concealer than you normally would, maybe not this much, I'm just very extra. I'm just covering myself up on my spots and imperfections. And you might have to like wet. Okay, it's blinking. What does that mean? Does that mean I'm running out of time? So you're going to want to blend. Did I put a little too much? This is a very heavy duty concealer, but it's fine. Might have put a lot on my forehead. Got a little excited there. Got a little bit excited. But you can see my spots are not so much there. It was like blinking, the like timer saying how long this video is. It's already almost like 20 minutes. We actually are almost done though. There's not a lot to this video, so that's good. I should also conceal down here because I have like razor bumps. So I'll just do that really quick. You can see the creative process. Beauty blenders always take a little more time than brushes because maybe between soaking them and then just the actual application is also what takes more time. Rubbing will take a little less time, I find. You're sort of doing the same motion you do with the brush, so for my neck I'm just like, whatever! I just rub it. Now we're gonna do powder. And people are scared when they say you can apply powder with this damp sponge because you're usually taught in makeup you're not supposed to mix your wet with your dry. You're supposed to put all your wet stuff on first, and then no moisture could ever touch your face again. And you just have to go with powder and all your dry shit. But actually using a damp sponge to apply powder is a good way to like keep the powder on, really get it into your skin so your makeup lasts for a long period of time, but also takes away some of the powderiness. So we're gonna do that. I'll just take my good old CMA, no color powder that may or may not have just fell on the floor and spilled everywhere. So this, yeah, we just press it in, and how much powder you use is going to depend on your skin type. I am oily, so I put powder all over my face. Some people, if they're dry, they don't like to have powder in their face because powder makes you matte, unless it's like a shimmery finishing powder, but most powders make you matte. That's kind of the point. And they want to be like, they want to look like they have moisture to their skin because they're so matte naturally, so they'll just like put powder in areas with heavier coverage like concealer, because if you don't put powder there, you usually always have to powder concealer because it'll crease throughout the day. When you have too much makeup, when you have like a lot of makeup on in one place, it'll like gather together. Well, that's pretty much it. This isn't like a super serious video, it's more like a testy video, but I'll still probably put it up. Make sure to subscribe if you like what you see, share it to the world, share it to the children, and I'll see you next time. Bye!